What is happening, y'all? It's your boy Q Monster here, back at it once again. Got my girl Maria here. Man, oh man, oh man. Just got back from watching Creed 3. And this is going to be a spoiler. So we're going to be going all into this. and the movie didn't really feel that long, didn't it?
No, it didn't feel that long at all. It went by really fast.
Yeah, it went by really quick.
I was actually wondering what the actual time was. I'm gonna look it up while we start this.
Yeah, because I forgot to see how long it was though, but it did went pretty fast paced on this movie though.
Yeah, it was short. It was only an hour and 57 minutes. It felt short.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I just forgot to check it. So
we'll get started with the opening scene.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the opening scene. The opening scene was pretty intense because like I said, it was going back in time, you know what I'm saying, when Adonis Creed was a lot more younger. Mm-hmm. And then plus you had Jonathan Majors character, as the friend, as the character and everything.
Mm-hmm. I forgot his name too.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
They were telling their backstory.
Yeah, telling about the backstory.
They were in a group home and kind of these some abuse that they suffered there, and the backstory to how they even knew each other is kind of how it started off. But they were only teasing us. They were giving us bits and pieces of the backstory, kind of all the way towards the end or to the mid part.
Well, it kind of got to the middle part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we can go ahead and tell what that backstory was.
Yeah.
It was just that they had been in a group home together when they were adolescent boys, and they suffered a lot of abuse from, I guess, one of the staff members there, or I think he said it was the group home dad or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they said that they were both not well-behaved kids, but they didn't deserve to get abused the way they got abused. Mm-hmm. And so they were kind of in this struggle together there. They're not real brothers, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, but I think they almost had a brotherhood because of that shared struggle. And what happened one night is that they were out. Jonathan Majors was boxing even back when they were in the group home. He had won this little tournament that he went into. And they basically are coming home, they're on their way back to the group home, I think, and they stop at the store, and Michael B. Jordan runs into that group home dad or whatever. I think his name was Leon or something.
Yeah, Leon.
And he basically says, "Do you remember me?" And he punches him, and then just starts punching him really bad. And they're showing Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors as teenage boys basically. So anyway, at that point, they just there's a gun involved. Michael B. Jordan takes off running, and I guess Jonathan Majors, his character, actually takes the fall for this whole incident, and then he ends up going to prison for 18 years. Yeah. Then as the movie goes on, that's whenever he gets out of prison and he comes back into the story.
Yeah.
And that was the backstory.
That shows all the backstory from that. So
I thought it was some other kind of abuse because Michael B. Jordan did not want to talk about what happened. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was going to be something deeper. Not the physical abuse isn't bad, but I thought it was going to be something way worse. But it was that.
Yeah. So yeah, it shows all that, that tragic backstory of them, and then as you come into in the present day now, as they all, growing up and everything and all that stuff. You see Adonis Creed, saying he retired from boxing now, and he's just trying to live his life and then trying to just train people. Same thing like Rocky did, because I should have watched, I should have went back and started watching the Rocky films before I even started watching this film.
I feel like I should have too.
Yeah.
To know all the backstory.
Because I did. And like I said, know me. I be on YouTube a lot, though, and it shows clips here and there. About the old Rocky movies and all that stuff, how it became to be and everything. Mm-hmm. And I even saw the documentary story of the Rocky and all that stuff. So and then went back to the movies and all that, how it all came to be. So it's the same thing, you become a retired boxer and all of a sudden you start trying to train a new generation and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's how it all came to be, and that's when Adonis Creed, see Jonathan Major's character, and he's already out of prison, you know what I'm saying? And he trying to say what's up to him and everything because, it's been so long, you know what I'm saying? Adonis Creed, he couldn't remember him, since he told his name.
When he was sitting at the car from the preview.
Yeah. Damien, okay, that's his name. Damien, that's his name.
Damien,
Jonathan Major's character, Damien.
Yeah.
Because I kept on thinking, I was just like, well, how did I forget about his name that quick? But yeah, Damien, that's his name. And I guess, he was like, ever since he got back, ever since he got out of prison, he was trying to get back on his mission, to get back to boxing. Because he still wanted to box, because he kind of missed out on that throughout the whole entire years, those 18 years. And now when he see Adonis, his homeboy, brother, seeing Adonis Creed, fulfilling his dream, and learning all his moves, techniques, and all that stuff, that he trained back then and all that stuff. So, and then what else?
It was before we kind of get to the first fight that Dame gets into.
Yeah.
The movie started off really good, and the storyline was playing out very well. You could definitely see before, as he was like integrating back into Creed's life, or Michael B. Jordan, there was definitely like this jealousy that you could feel that Jonathan Majors had against Michael B. Jordan in the movie.
Yeah,
it was like evident, but it was a good part of the storyline.
Yeah,
it was like he admired him, but then there was also a lot of jealousy because he got to kind of live his life, become successful. He has like a beautiful wife and a beautiful home and a beautiful child and a beautiful career, and then like Jonathan Majors was like locked up in the pen for 18 years. So there was definitely like this jealousy streak, and then it just started getting out of control. Yeah. So
it got out of control real quick.
But I really did like the beginning of it. It started off really good. Do you want to get into the first fight?
Yeah, the first fight, because
Jonathan Majors is like asking Michael B. Jordan to let him fight like the heavyweight champion of the world or whatever, which is like a reach because he's really not a real fighter. He's, been in prison 18 years. So even though he was a boxer when he was younger, he isn't like in present day. And Michael B. Jordan is basically telling him like, that's not going to happen. Like that's a reach, the request that you have. And so what happens is that you don't find this out until the end of the movie. So if you've already seen it, you know this. Because Jonathan Majors, and he is kind of like a criminal a little bit. Yeah. So he kind of like set it up to where the fighters that did have a chance to like fight this, what was his name? Felix?
Felix. Guy.
Like he set it up. He like did a few things to like make all of the other people not have a chance to fight him. You'll have to watch the movie to see that part because we'll have to really go into detail. We get into all that. So but then the first fight happens, and this is whenever Felix fights Jonathan Majors, kind of by default. Yeah, and it was a bad idea.
Because like I said, because at first they were sparring at first, and then I guess Jonathan Majors, Damien, he kind of took it way too far. Yeah. He started trying to like he didn't really pull his punches, you know what I'm saying? Because he was just like so anxious trying to get the title shot, you know what I'm saying? Because he want to get that big fame, like like Adonis Creed, like Adonis Creed and everything. He trying to get that type of lifestyle. That's why he was so jealous about it. So that's why he was in a rush trying to get that, So and then that's why Michael B. Jordan, Adonis Creed was trying to tell him like, hey, you need to calm down, man. That's a big reach, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't trying to hear all that, you know what I'm saying? So he had his own mission that he trying to aim for. He trying to get the big one, He trying to get all that fame, and that's all it was. Yeah. Because like they did have beef with each other, back when they was kids and everything. Because like I said, because Jonathan Majors had to take the fall, and you see Adonis Creed had to run away, had to escape, and all that stuff. So. Bad blood on that one. So, it was just
But
insane.
When they get in there and fight, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because it was bad. Here's what I'll say about it, though. I said this to you during the movie. I was like, Jonathan Majors played that part very well because if I think anybody who's ever been in prison knows, like, you're locked up a lot of the times, like 24 hours a day. And when you like come back to society, if you've been locked up like an animal, like you're going to come out and have like a lot of hatred. You're going to have a lot of built up resentment. You're like, I can't even imagine. And he played that part good because you could tell that like he was coming for like revenge, or he just didn't care. Like he would hurt anybody. And that's the mentality that I think you would develop, it being like treated like that in prison, like in such poor conditions. And then like such like maltreatment in prison, and then you come out and you think like they're going to be like a normal fighter that's been like free just training. Like he came out
vicious,
vicious, vicious is the word. I couldn't think of the word, but vicious. Like
I said, you can see his face expression. You know what I'm saying? He just, something wrong to do. You know what I'm saying? He just,
you almost thought there was some mental, which there is. You go to prison for 19 years, you're gonna develop some mental health issues, some trauma, something, and you could see it. He was just like so unbothered.
Unbothered and everything. Like he just
vicious, and like he didn't care if the dude died or not. And in that match, it was so bad. Like I thought he was dead. Until I saw him later on, I thought he was dead.
Because when Don's Creed, you know what I'm saying, wanted him like take that match, get Damian out there, you know what I'm saying, start doing some matches and everything, and want him to fight Felix and all that stuff. I mean, like he was just going in on him like hard, like he.
It was bad.
Like it was just bad. He did not stop at all. Like he was just damaging his arm and damaging his ribs. And all that stuff.
He was foul playing. I don't even really see how he won that fight, because he was trying to damage his arm so that he couldn't hit. Then he was also, I think he like elbowed him in the face at one point. He kicked him.
Yeah, you gotta need him and everything. I was just like,
so he really shouldn't have won that fight, but it was a movie.
Yeah,
like if it was a real boxing match, he probably wouldn't have won that, because he was fighting like he was from the streets versus like, a professional boxer. So it's just a movie, because he probably would have never ended up there. But I was kind of like rooting for him, remember?
I mean, you can't root for the guy, though, because like I said, you understand where he's coming from, you know what I'm saying, how his life was.
Yeah, like he's had a hard, bad life, and then you just see him there, and you're like, if you're going to put anybody in the ring to win, it would be Jonathan Majors, because of all his past traumas, so... So I did kind of like that part, which is bad.
And dude, like I said, dude got super buff in this movie, though.
He did.
I mean...
I was like, how long did he work out, or did he already look like that?
I mean, he was already working out before he started this movie, because
he was fit.
Because they did a training montage and everything, which was pretty cool though. But I mean, I still like the Rocky montage a lot better. I mean, with Creed 2, they did pretty good on that one though too.
Oh, you mean when they do like the stairs, like going up all the stairs? Yeah,
all that
they
stuff,
did the airplane, which was.
Yeah, you had him pulling the airplane all style. Just like, okay.
That was a reach.
That was a reach, though. But, so I know you want to talk about the last part of the movie, you know what I'm saying, when they finally got, Damian fighting Adonis Creed now at the last match.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was all about, you know what I'm saying? And then,
that's when I started to get a little disappointed in the movie. It started to get kind of lame. Like, it was just, they just made like the relationship between the two, like, I know it was about friendship and brotherhood and all this like past struggle that they had together. It just, for me, came across as like too lame and like too corny. And then I started to not like it as much. It started, the movie was slowly going downhill. I was laughing, but it was more like, not laughing because it was funny, but laughing because it was so lame.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Michael B. Jordan, he's an anime fan, and like I said, me, I'm an anime fan. Yeah. I kind of knew what he was doing on that last part, you know what I'm saying, when they just showed him just those two fighting without the crowd. But it was kind of like doing like some little mental training or something like that, little mental fight and everything what they was doing.
But we got to go back real fast, though, just how they even got to that point. So Creed wasn't supposed to be fighting anymore, right? He almost was because even the Felix guy was just like fighting for like Creed Boxing Productions or whatever they called it. So the only reason he decided to fight is because he goes after Jonathan Majors wins the championship or whatever. He goes to talk to him, and that's when he finds out that he kind of set this whole thing up to work in his favor. And so he goes, and he's like, you set all of this up, and then they get into like this like super weird argument with each other, if you ask me. But so they get into this argument, and then that's whenever he like breaks down to his wife, and then that's when he's like saying like, I don't know how to make this go away. He Michael B. Jordan has all this guilt because he feels like he's the one who started fighting that guy, which caused Jonathan Majors to pull out that gun and then go to jail. So he has all this guilt. He feels like he abandoned him, like all this stuff. And his wife just like convinces him like, you don't have to feel guilty for anything. And he's like, I'm not going to be able to stop him now. And so that's whenever she encourages him, like, you're going to have to train to fight him. That's the only way you're going to stop him. And that's how they ended up getting into that final fight. The fight started off good.
Yeah, it started off good.
Yeah, like it started off very good. I did not like the anime part. I didn't get the reference at first, but I was like, it would have been really good if they didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
Because it just made, like, it was kind of cool, it was, but not really, because it goes from, like, this huge crowd and it just looking like a regular boxing match.
Yeah.
And then, like, this, like, gel, first it, like you said, the anime part, it, like, gets very dark. And then, like, they bring this, like, gel cell, and I guess to make a reference to the fact that he was in prison all those years. And it just got weird.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I don't like this. I had my hopes really high, and I started getting disappointed, like, mid to the end.
Yeah. I mean, I see what they was doing, though. Like I said, Michael B. Jordan, he's an anime fan. He wanted to do that.
And he produces movies.
Yeah, he produces this movie, dog. He hey, he did pretty good with it. I mean, like I said, because the major downfall with me, because I agree with everybody else when I saw everybody else's reviews, is that they did not have Sylvester Stallone. You know, they did not have Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, hey, he's the one who made the movie anyway in the first place and make it like this. You know what I'm saying? So they should have had him in the movie, though, because, I mean, it kind of felt kind of a little strange without him.
Because he's been in every other one.
Yeah, he's been in all the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, like I said, with Sylvester Stallone, that could have been his backbone right there. You know what I'm saying? Because Sylvester Stallone, he always tried to, like, motivate him, you know, to the fullest.
They had a dude from The Wire in here instead.
Yeah. He had somebody else train him and everything. So that was the major downfall of that. So I could see why people were just kind of just on and off, though. But it was still pretty good. It was still pretty good. It was still entertaining, though. But I see what Michael B. Jordan was doing. Like I said, he's an anime fan. So, hey, I'm an anime fan, too. So, you know. But they just kind of just went overboard with it, you know, with all the stuff they was doing.
Maybe if they would have done it for like a split second and then brought it back, then that would have been okay. But they kept it there for a long time, almost till the very end of the fight. Yeah. So I didn't like it. They should have just kept anime over there and boxing over here, but it's fine. Yeah. But even the ending. Yeah. Like, it was just so like he Michael B. Jordan, obviously, if you watched it, you know that he won the fight. That was gonna happen. I know when they started, I was like, oh, Jonathan Major was
everybody been trying to root for him. You know.
But then even afterwards, like, Michael B. Jordan goes into Jonathan Major's like little dressing room or whatever, and they have like this moment together. Yeah. Which is fine. It just was too much for me. I was over it at that point. Yeah.
But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Like I said, the story was pretty good, but, you know, I mean, for a score for this movie, my rating for it, I was wrestling around like a 7 or 8. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. You know, that's my rating for it. Because like I say, it did have problems, you know, but it was still pretty entertaining movie, though, to watch.
You said a 7.5 out of 10?
Yeah, 7.5 out of 10, I'll give it.
Okay.
What about you?
I am going to give it a lower score because I already said why I didn't really care for it. Well, I did like it, but I had my hopes high for this movie. I was like really excited to see it. My sister had told me it was really good. It was getting really good reviews, and I was just a little disappointed. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
It's still worth watching in theaters, but
yeah, it's still worth watching. I mean, feel free to check it out. I was just disappointed. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're a Creed fan, you're a Rocky fan, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to check it out, man. If not, like I said, I mean, you can watch it, you know, on stream. Yeah. You know, so it is what it is. So
now we just got to go watch Scream. The Scream movie.
Yeah, I still don't know about Scream. Like I said, I mean, I kind of just bypassed the slasher movie stuff. So, but I don't know. But stay tuned for our next review. You know what I'm saying? Whatever movie we watch next time. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, if you enjoyed our review, make sure you hit that like button. Smash that like button. And always subscribe it and share it. And I'm catch you guys later. Deuces.
Bye, everybody.